Good evening. I welcome you all to FIFA Academy. Today our topic is very interesting and very important. After the cell, the most important function of the cell is homeostasis. So let's understand what it is. Just the way we saw that the cell is the smallest unit of our body. It is the basic structural and functional unit of the body. Similarly, now let's understand its fundamental principal function. So cell's function means body's function, but I am going to talk in terms of cell, as our body is made up of billions of cells. Let's assume that our cell is like a computer which has got a CPU, monitor, UPS, cables, keyboard and electricity. Now, for a computer to function normally, we need that the power supply and everything should be in balance. In case of either increase or decrease in the power can disturb or disrupt the whole system and we can have a heavy loss. Similar is the case with our cell as well. So even our cell needs an equilibrium, a balance to function at a constant and a normal pace. Now this equilibrium of the body needs constant working, so this is called as dynamic homeostasis. Now what is homeostasis? Homeostasis is nothing. Homeo means same and stasis means standing still, not moving at all. That means our body needs to be in the normal range, same range at same parameters to function physiologically normal or physiologically work properly. Now let's take an example of a classroom where we have a few students who disturb or disrupt the class environment. But we have cameras nowadays in the classrooms to detect these kind of students who disturb the class. And then we have teachers or principal teachers in the class who takes control over these children and makes sure to give a good result ultimately, effect of which is normal functioning of the class, maintaining an equilibrium and balance of the class and school as well. Similar is the case with our cell as well. See, whenever we go for a workout, what happens is our temperature goes high, we feel hot and we feel thirsty as well. That means something is gone disturbed, something is not in normal range. So who are these disruptors? There are detectors or sensors in our body to detect. Remember, body does not know whether your temperature has gone high or low, whether you have pain or whether you are thirsty or your blood sugar level has gone high or low. As body does not know these terminologies, this is only the human beings who have given these terminologies to understand the body easily. Cell can only detect what is wrong somewhere for its normal functioning. It detects and sends that to the higher control system, that is your brain, and then brain finally gives the effect in form of correcting everything, regulating everything back to its balance and equilibrium. Thus, the homeostasis is being maintained. Our body has got billions of cells who are working constantly all the time, and all this is happening without even your knowledge, without even you having to think about it. Now let's see what actually happens inside the cell. See, in this diagram you can see X plus enzyme is equal to Y inside the cell. What is this? Inside a cell there are a lot of chemical reactions which are taking place, and for these chemical reactions to move smoothly, to carry on these chemical reactions, we need some enzymes. And to have these enzymes, we have to make sure that these enzymes are in correct amount, neither more nor less. Now to take care of this, we need a balance of our acid and alkaline, that is our pH, as well as the temperature for the enzymes to carry on these chemical reactions inside this cell. As if temperature increases, enzymes will not be there. If enzyme is not there, no chemical reaction will take place, eventually leading to death of the life itself. So you can understand that how important it is to maintain or to have homeostasis inside a cell. This was just one part. Now let's see further. Now we need energy as well to live. Now who is the powerhouse? That is your mitochondria. So your mitochondria needs some nutrients from outside to produce energy. Nutrients in the form of proteins and carbohydrates. So what do you take? You take end product of carbohydrate is glucose. So glucose plus oxygen, when they go to mitochondria, it produces energy in the form of ATPs. So a correct amount of glucose and oxygen is very important. As more glucose hyperglycemic or less glucose hypoglycemic is also not good. So we need to maintain this homeostasis as well. Now for this oxygen, a regular and a balanced supply of RBCs of blood should be there. If blood supply is less, you are anemic, that is also not good. So again, homeostasis of your blood supply should be there to provide proper amount of oxygen. Now we know that this blood is moving in the blood vessels. So a proper flow, constant and rhythmic flow of this blood flow should be there. To maintain that, we need to maintain our blood pressure. If blood pressure is normal, constant supply of RBCs will be there to provide oxygen. Hence, energy production will be there. Now next, if we see, there are some endocrine hormones as well which are very important, and the balance of these endocrine hormones is also required. Next, we require water and some kind of electrolyte balance as well. If water is more, the cell will be inflamed, it will blow. If it is less, it will get dehydrated. So again, homeostasis of the water is important. Then electrolytes like sodium, potassium and chloride is very important. As a correct amount of electrolytes will help us to have proper electrical activity in some of the excitable cells, for example, nerve cell or a muscle cell. Now, when all the time the cell is working and is constantly working, it will definitely produce some waste products like carbon dioxide and ammonia, which is very toxic, and at any cost it has to be eliminated or excreted from the cell to maintain the homeostasis inside this cell. So finally, what do we understand? Homeostasis, that is balance or equilibrium of pH and temperature, glucose, oxygen, blood pressure, endocrine hormones, water and electrolytes, fluid is very important, and removal or excretion of the toxins like carbon dioxide and ammonia is very important to maintain the balance and equilibrium or to have a smooth functioning via homeostasis of the body. So this was the fundamental function of our cell. So we finish our class here, as this was the basic class. Thank you so much.